What's up? What's up? What's up? It's not just black and white. I'm your girl, Wit,
And this is Rain.
and we are coming to you to our podcast to talk about different subjects regarding culture. It's black, it's white, it's multicultured. We'll be talking about pop culture. We'll be talking about world events going on, different things that can get you thinking. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry, and it'll also make you think about some things. So first, let's get into it. We have our first topic is Rain, you gotta tell us about the cooking. I mean, salt and pepper. Come on, what is it with the white culture with the salt and pepper? I gotta know. I gotta know.
I don't know exactly where the salt and pepper came from, but I definitely think that we can count salt and pepper as seasoning. Now, I have grown from the salt and pepper, okay? I have diversified myself because now we have
Yes.
Cajun, we have
I was
Creole.
about to say y'all
I
do
know
use
that's a
garlic
paprika
powder has
now.
come. Garlic powder has come into y'all's equation. That's good in Jesus' name. Yes, but what? Tell me, like, what is it with the salt and pepper, and like, is that kind of like embedded, or like, tell me, like, where does it, like, did your family use salt and like, tell me, you got to tell me something with the salt and pepper because I need more seasoning, more versatile, honey.
Okay, here's the deal though. My mom has always been very good at cooking. She has always had a diverse selection of seasonings. She grew up in California, so there's a big Hispanic culture over there. So that was a lot of her friends growing up. And I don't think I picked up what she was putting down. So, hanging out with the average white American person growing up, I saw them put salt, I saw them put pepper, and then I saw them put garlic powder one time. And then they said, now you just use a sauce to go with it. You can use a buffalo, you can use a barbecue.
Oh
And
my
that was
God.
it.
See, us, look, black people, we gotta have, honey, onion, garlic, minced garlic. You gotta have that Lowry's, baby. You gotta have that Tony's, honey. You gotta come with all the seasons, all the flavors, bell peppers, baby. We using it all to spice it up. So tell me, what is something that you guys use? Because what you guys use for Thanksgiving, something that y'all use that we're not surprised of.
Uh, you know how we are. We like our green bean casserole,
Ah,
our
for the green bean
potato
casserole.
casserole. And
I,
I think the green bean casserole is too easy to make. Too easy. Cream of mushroom soup, French green beans in a can. You mix them together and you put some crunchy onions on top and put it in the oven to bake. Too easy.
oh my gosh, that was never a meal growing up. That was never on the menu. Green bean cat, but you know what? I'm not gonna knock it because I never tried it. But it was never. It didn't look very appeasing to my eye. You know. But
You can't always hate on the white person though, because we created the original chicken sandwich, the Lord's chicken of Chick-fil-A.
I'll come through for the Chick-fil-A sandwich. Okay, girl.
We
Represent
are the
now.
inventor. We are the inventor of the grab and go. Okay, we got the
Oh, the
frozen
grab
pot
and
pie.
go.
We got the PB and J's. We got the Mickey D's.
Okay now. Okay now. See,
And I know
a
you're
couple
running
things
through
that
that drive-through. You were running through that drive-through when you were busy during the week, and your kids got to eat.
look, listen, but we was always like cooking at home. We like to cook at home, but two things that we kind of had on the menu for Thanksgiving and holidays, you gotta have the macaroni and cheese, you gotta have the candy yams, baby. You just gotta have it on the menu. So is that something that y'all have on the menu?
We have mac and cheese.
Ah, no, I'm not talking about Kraft. I'm not talking about Kraft. I'm not talking about crab, baby. I'm talking about the real deal, macaroni and cheese, baby. That your grandma slaved and put all the ingredients up in there. That's what I'm talking about. That macaroni and cheese.
Um,
Candy yams?
no, it was the casserole for us. It was the canned sweet potatoes. You put it in the
Can?
pan. You put some
Oh my
marshmallows on top
gosh.
of it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah. Nah. It's all right. We'll leave that to y'all. We'll leave it to
Well,
y'all,
okay,
babe. It's
but
okay.
here's the deal. You're hating on the white people, whereas it's the white Americans that did this. If you go overseas to the European countries, they are still in the kitchen. They cook, and it's those home baked meals. They still have the farms. We have so many GMOs in our farms and pesticides that it ain't even edible anymore. But if you go overseas, they're growing it real, like authentic,
That is
and then
true.
they're bringing it
That
to the
is true.
table.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
they
that
know
is
how
so
to cook
true.
with the spices.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I love trying different foods though from other places like Indian food. I love Indian food. I love, you know, expanding my palate, my palate. So Indian food is amazing, Thai food, so just like all of those seasoning and spices and everything and African food. I mean, it's just
Mm.
good to your soul. So I feel that right
Now,
there.
now it is Black History Month, and I do think because it is the month to uh, give honor to our Black history, I think, we did have the slaves. So you would have thought we would have picked something up along the way, which was in the
Mhm.
kitchen. I don't think
Right.
we did.
Nah, y'all didn't pick that up. Y'all didn't pick that up.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I want to move on to the next topic now, and I just want to know, when or can I ever have the N word pass?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, this is something that, you know, it's kind of like a conversation you have amongst your friends, but I honestly feel like the N word, I do like the N word is, I know black people, they took the word and made it their own. Okay, so they use it in terms of in music or talking to their friends and different stuff like that because they took the word and used it as their own. However, and then I do know some people who have grew up in the black culture, um and like was raised in black with black people. That's all they knew, so they love the black people, they love the black culture. Do I feel like they even get a pass to say it? I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't think so. I mean, and I I've heard people say it. It's not my cup of tea, but I have heard people say it like who have been in, the multicultured, growing up that way. But I personally don't. I don't think it should be used only because you're not black, and so there's still so many other elements to being black than just saying that word, and even if you grew up in it, I don't care if you grew up in it or anything, I just don't think it should be said, period. So what do you feel about it?
So I actually have researched where this word has come from before. And I read that it actually was a mispronunciation of the word negro, which means black in Spanish.
Mm,
And it when it was used, it was, you know, the hard R, it was actually used to be a signal of contempt. It was a racial insult that was switched around from just calling someone black to actually being insulting. And so then I started thinking, I'm like, then why would black people even say it to each other? It's not like white people walk around and call each other cracker. Like, we don't do that.
mm-hmm.
So
Right.
it also makes me wonder, why would a black person want to say it to their buddy?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so that, like I was saying, so I mean, I understand why people said, like I said, they took something negative. They took People have taken the words, that was used so negatively, and switched it for endearment for them, for their own, and I, it's something you're not going to be able to understand, and that's okay. But I still don't think that white people or anybody, should be using that word,
Mm.
and so I just, I just scratched the word just because it's just kind of distasteful to me.
Does it
So
does it
go
make
ahead.
you feel uncomfortable when it's in a song?
Like I said, it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. When black people say it, doesn't make me, I just don't think it should be used. I just don't think it should be used. But does it make me feel uncomfortable? No, because I know why they're using it. It's a way for, they had switched the word up. They had switched it, like, for their benefit. Does that make sense? Like, they took something negative and made it to where they can say it. So that's why they don't let white people shouldn't say it,
Mhm.
you know?
Okay, so what if we were in the car together listening to a song and the word was in the song? I was singing the whole song
Girl,
and
you're
then I
not
even
about to say that. You're not about to say that. So how do you feel about it though? Do you feel like it should be a word you can say, or how do you feel about it?
I think it makes me uncomfortable all around. It makes me uncomfortable even when a black person uses it around me. I just don't like the word. It really, the first thing that comes to my mind is back when black people were enslaved. Like, I just don't like it. And after reading where the word even comes from, sometimes I even wonder, is the person who's using the word, are they ignorant to where it originated as well? Like, has it just become
Hmm.
so a part of black culture that they use it because they think it's a term of endearment rather than a word that came from a time where it was actually negative? So I
Hmm.
personally, I just don't like the word altogether. Um, I'm dating a black man as well, and I don't ever hear him use the word, and I am perfectly
Right.
okay with that. Like, if we ever had kids
Hmm.
together, I wouldn't even want my kids to be raised to use the word. I don't think it um represents, personally, I don't feel like it's representing um education.
Hmm.
I
So
don't think
what would
it
you
it
feel?
to
So how would you feel if people that and love, like, that are white, you know, and they say it in front of you or they say it around you?
like, how would I respond?
Yeah.
Oh, I call them out right away. It is something where I'm like, if we're gonna be cool, you're not gonna use that word. And it's not even the word itself, it's why do you feel like you need to use it? What's the intent behind it? Like, there should
Hmm.
be no reason to me. And if you are using it, it makes me feel like, are you a little ignorant to a different culture?
Hmm. Or you a little
And I
racist to a
actually,
different culture?
yeah, I actually have
Hmm.
another question for you as well. So, should the hard R be viewed as illegal in the eyes of the law if it is used to provoke someone to violence? If the
You
word
s-
itself was meant to be negative, do you feel like, okay, let's say someone on the road used the hard R word against a black man that was walking? Do you, and
mhm.
that word is meant to provoke the other person, and let's say it caused violence in that black man that was walking, do you feel like, because that, let's say a white person, do you feel like because that white person, or even a black person, anybody who used the hard R word, do you feel like it should be illegal for them to use that word in the eyes of the law?
Yeah. It should be like a violation, because that's like, it's like a hate. It's a hate word. Really, is what it is. It's a hate word. Um, and so I do feel that way. Yeah, absolutely. I
If you
just,
and your
it's a very, and see, that's why I said, you know, even anybody from another race is not gonna understand what it feels like to be a black person. they're not as much as you can get deep rooted into the culture and stuff, you're still not going to walk those same shoes that black people walk, so I understand. That's why I said I understand why black people changed the word and made it to something of their own. I get it. Is that my take? Like, is that my preference? No, but I understand that. Like, you took a negative and wanted to make it something, that our culture can use. Like, people use that. And that, like, that's your business. But do I think any white person or any other race should be trying to use it just because you grew up in the culture or grew up, or are down with the black people or whatever? No, you should not be saying that. You are not black. You should not be saying in er or a or whatever. It shouldn't even come up into your vocabulary. And like you said, if people do that gives you a little inkling, like, makes you squint your eyes a little bit. So
Mhm.
yeah. Anyways, y'all comment below and let us know what you guys think. What do y'all think about the cooking? What do y'all think about, saying the N word? Is it cool? Is it not cool? We want to hear y'all's thoughts and let us know.
And please share this video as well. We are trying to educate society on these different thoughts and topics. As you know, some people could be very close minded, and we just want to be the ones to talk about these conversations, talk about different cultures, and bring light to the fact that everything's not one sided. It's not just black and white.
It's not
So
just black and white.
until next podcast, we're so excited for the next one, and we hope you have a good rest of your day.
I know. See y'all soon. Thank y'all.